everyone. Welcome into this week's live stream. This is my room podcast. I switched up my my setup audio wise, and I also changed up where the camera is because I thought this angle was kind of cool, where you could actually see the cabinet behind me. You could check out some of the stuff that I have there. So yeah, welcome in. I apologize for the craziness that was trying to schedule this week. Unfortunately, and I think that most of you all know this, my wife lost her job this past week, so my scheduling has been a little bit wonky and been a little bit hit or miss. So I wasn't sure whether or not tonight was going to happen, and then it wound up to where it was able to happen. So yeah. And I won't dwell on it too much. Everything's going to be okay. We're okay. And things will be okay. So that's it. That's as much as I want to dwell on it, because I want to drink some whiskey. And I've got my bourbon drinking shirt on. So, yeah. Oh, by the way, bourbonshop.threadless.com. You can find that there. So. Welcome in, everybody, to the chat. I'm happy to see folks in here. How's your week been going? What are you drinking? What's going on here? Yeah. Brian likes the big blue chest of bourbon. I can't say I don't. I love this thing, man. It's the best. I love getting to come in here and just gaze and just enjoy what I've got going on in here. So tonight's sample night, and not everything that I'm going to be sampling is going to be new, because I've kind of accumulated some samples, and there were some bottles that I wanted to finish up, but I started with this Michter's American Mash Whiskey, 41.7 ABV, so I wanted to start out a little bit low and work my way up to some other stuff too. Ooh, excuse me. Steven's got his Perry Poor shirt on. Swan's still recovering from that bonus episode. Well, Swan, you better recover fast, because we got another bonus episode coming up in a couple of days that's going to be even wilder, which is the third movie in the Van Wilder series. Could y'all hear the big dog in the background? That was crazy. There's a big dog like 2 houses down that our dogs like to bark at too. Anyway, hey, more people are rolling in. Welcome in, folks. Hi, Christian. Welcome in. I just saw that you posted John's drinking Michter's 10. Swan said, "Oh no." All yours will be in touch with Swan. Well, look, man. Hey, if you guys weren't a part of the hangout the other night, that was wild as well. Let me freaking tell you. Woof. That was a time and a half. Swan got a little bit crazy, and all I will say is, if you know, you know. So that's that. Who has heard this week's episode? Yeah, with Kentucky Supply and Demand and the F-bomb king himself, Davis McClacken. Man, that was a wild episode that I had a lot of fun with, if I'm being honest. Those guys are great, and Patreon, of course, got to hear the unedited version of that. So if you're not on Patreon, it's patreon.com/bourbonpodcast for as little as $1 a month. Support the show. We're getting a lot of plugs in up top, which is funny. Don't need a trail. Tammy, Donnie, yeah, you guys are in it to win it. Yeah, it was a good time, really. And I need to do. I was smoking a cigar. Sorry, I'm fixing my hair in the meantime too. Doesn't matter. Never heard Toulouse bark like that before. That's the little one, too. Anyway, I need to do, and I was kind of chatting with this, with Joseph Brazo the other day about this, but I need to do like a full bourbon and cigar episode because I've really started getting into cigars recently. Really, truly. And it's something that I really enjoy. And I think that it would be something fun to explore. Because, I mean, we always talk about how bourbon and cigars pair so well together. And just taking a deep dive into that, I mean, I would really love that. I think it's going to be a fun time to do that. So. Got the little dog going all that. Excuse me. Christian said, I'll pull a Perry, but modify it a little. What you been smoking lately, Perry? Well, funny you should ask. I just recently, and I posted about it in the Facebook group as well, I had a cigar from Brian Allred, who is in the chat. And forgive me, Brian, I cannot remember the actual brand of the cigar, but it was his own personal humidor collection, which was fantastic. Saturday night at Jake's Cigar Bar, I enjoyed very much so a Rabbit Hole Diesel, which whiskey roaster. Man, it was so good, so good, and that cigar has not failed me yet. But daggum, it's good. Hello, Matt from Whiskey Crusaders. Good to see you here. Brandon Weiss just got in. Sorry I'm late, everyone just got back. Welcome back, my friend. Oh, the Fuente, that's right. Thank you, Joseph Brazo. I could not remember what that was. Oh, by the way, a couple of things to mention as well. You guys are getting a bonus episode tomorrow on the main feed that was taken from the audio that we did, the live stream that we did last week where we talked about Mary Ann Eves. And you bring me a 5-pack of this? Woo, Joseph. I am excited for you to get here, my friend. Just less than a month until you are here. Dadgummit, I'm so excited. What was I talking about? Lost my train of thought. Dang it. What was I talking about, guys? Shoot! Idiot. I'm sorry. Let's pour something else. Why not? I'm not going to quite finish this off, but this is an 86 proof Old Fitz that they don't make anymore. Oh, the bonus episode. That's right. Thank you. Bonus episode from the live stream that we recorded last week. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Bonus episode coming from the audio from the live stream that we recorded last week. There we go. Where we talked about Mary Ann Eves. And then Patreon is also within the next couple of days getting a bonus episode too, which was recorded by me and Swan after our hangout the other night, which was just insane. I mean, I don't even have words. We're just going to finish this. It's 86 proof. There's not a whole lot left. Not quite a Perry pour. Yeah. But it's just a very, very wild bonus episode. It's a lot of fun, let me tell you. I haven't even listened back to it yet. I just remember how goofy it was and how much of a good time we had. Well, hello. Ooh. Sorry. Ugh. catch in my back. What the heck? I'm so sorry, guys. Whew. That was awful. I am so sorry that that happened out of nowhere. Oh, okay. I'm all good. I'm all good now. All good. Oh, Brando Weiss is coming to Kentucky at the end of November. Yes, I am free to meet up then. Yes. I did hurt myself just briefly. Whew. I don't know what happened. It's just like my back just. I don't know. That's all good. I'm good now, though. I guess I am getting a little old and uplifted. Honestly, a chiropractor. Nah, man. Chiropractor's not going to tell me anything different than my personal trainer would. So, like I said, I just finished off this bottle of the Old Fitz 86 proof. And let me see. I'm not entirely sure. This is probably Heaven Hill juice. If it's not, Jefferson County. That's in Louisville. Maybe I shouldn't have finished this. Maybe I should have waited on this. Did they all say that now? Does the 80 proof say that now too? I need some confirmation from somebody in the group. Swan, if you can Google that for me real quick, that'd be great. It's so funny, but like at 86 proof, it has so much more flavor than the 80 proof does. Man, it's so good. And I've got a couple, I don't know if you can see or not, but I've got a couple bottles still too. They're just little ones. I got a 375 and a 200. I don't know, Brian. It might be Stitzel-Weller. And if it's Stitzel-Weller, I have 2 more of those. I don't know. I'm going to have to look into that. Or Swan's going to have to look into that. Honestly, don't know. So, find out. If this is Stitzel-Weller, and I don't think it is, but it might be. I don't know. Because there's no distillery information on it. Like, there's no DSP number. Dad's here. Hi, Dad. Yeah, they are near Louisville. So, yeah. What did Dad say? The cops just left. That's funny. That's funny. It's not 12 years old. I mean, it says straight bourbon whiskey, so it's at least 2. But I don't know, man. It's got the government warning, and it's got the UPC label. Diageo. Huh. Christian said, "Hey Perry, my bottle of Old Fitz Prime says Louisville, Jefferson County." Okay. So it's probably not Stitzel-Weller, but I would say there might be a chance that it's Diageo, but I don't know. I mean, without more information, I mean, it's got an 09 on the bottom of the bottle. It's not like it's not that old. Okay, so Christian just sent me the front of his bottle, and it also says Louisville, Jefferson County, Kentucky. So probably not Sitzwell. Swan said currently a Heaven Hill product, but doesn't say if it's Diageo owned and sourced from Heaven Hill now or if it's all Heaven Hill. Excuse me. Yes, Christian, I appreciate you sending me that picture. I would drink this all day. This is really good for an 86 proof bourbon. Dang it. Just might smoke it or drink it when I smoke a cigar. I mean, I think that it's got enough flavor to it. It's got enough health to it to where it would be, it would stand up pretty well. So, I like it. I like it. The Bourbon Buddies are here. Hello, Bourbon Buddies. The Bernheim plant is in Jefferson County. It is indeed in Jefferson County, and that is, of course, now owned by Heaven Hill. So, bourbon's not just for breakfast anymore. That is a true statement. That is a true statement. So what's everybody else drinking right now? Curious. I haven't heard from too many on what you got in your glass. What you been drinking recently? Yo. I feel like it's been like, and I know we just had a live last week, but man, I feel like it's been forever since I've done a live stream. And I think it's probably because we did a different kind of live stream last week, where we were essentially recording, you know, for a bonus episode. But, you know, I just feel like it's been a while. The dog's just barking. Joe Green, no, it is not on the label. So, anyway. Brian said I would recommend a lighter cigar, not necessarily a Honduran. Okay, great. I can smoke a lighter cigar. Fine with that. Will Estate 3-year rye. Joseph's drinking the last of his Russell's Reserve single barrel. Dad is going high end with an E.H. Stanley bottle and bond. Amen to that. Clifton's trying Kitchen Table for the first time. Man, you're about to have the best daggone Booker's release from last year, except for Booker's 30th, but just saying. Ooh, old Ezra 7 barrel strength. That has grown on me. It has really and truly grown on me. I like it a lot. Brian said he's drinking the last bottle of Woodford on this plane. That's fun. Jefferson's Groff cask. Good choice. Good choice there. Yeah. Eric's in the house. Hello, how are you, Eric? Eric Janssen. Cody, unfortunately, no, I am not coming to the Barrels and Brews soft opening on Saturday. Already had plans for this weekend, or else I would have been there, but I will definitely be there for at Southern Whiskey Society. I will come and check out Barrel and Brews. Really excited for them to open their store, though. Your wife is also having the old Ezra. Very nice. Clevis. Who's Clevis, Dad? Wild Turkey Kentucky Spirit. Fan-freaking-tastic. Love that bottle. I haven't had my Kentucky Spirit in a hot minute. I need to break it out sometime soon. Have the taste for some mic drop. It's all you, buddy. It's all you. Dad, that's actually Toulouse going crazy in the background. Yes. Matt. I am not going to the Crowded Barrel Ball in October. That is unfortunately not on my radar. Maybe in the future, I would love to get down there and do that sometime, but unfortunately no. Linus Cat said, "We are arriving to Southern Whiskey Society on Friday. Any hangouts planned?" More on that at a later date. The soft answer is yes. The hard answer is we will figure it out later. Pete just got his first George T. Stack. Best bourbon you've ever tasted. Man, it's definitely up there for me. I love me some George T. Stack. I really do. Eric said, my first bottle of Kentucky Spirit was actually one that was bottled on my birthday this year. Oh, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. How is Marie not eating that thing by now? Beats me, man. Beats me. I guess they kind of like each other. Turkey 101 tonight for the Bourbon Buddies. Never a bad call. Anyone coming to Lexington to see Paul McCartney on Saturday? Badass. I'm hearing I'm not going, but yeah. Matt said we will drink one for you there. Thank you. It's a nice pee. Joe's trying to get some sleep. We'll try to keep it down, man. We'll try to keep it down. Good night, Joe. Have a good night, my friend. Sorry, I heard a voice. I was trying to make sure that trying to make sure everything's all right. Sorry, I apologize. It's just what happens when you're in this Motorroom Podcast live stream. I don't even know if I'm going to get to these samples. I might get to one or two of them. I'm not sure. Okay, Lucy's not home, so I heard a neighbor. That's what I heard. Awkward silence. I'm sorry. I was trying to make sure that there was nobody in my house that shouldn't be. Did I hear Pop? Yeah, Pop's paid us a visit, Dad. 30+ store picks on the floor. That's wild. Steven, yeah, what are you going to Japan for, man? That's freaking awesome. I'm hearing voices. I'm not hearing voices now. I just thought that okay, maybe I heard a voice. I don't know. Swan's got a direct line to my headphones. I always knew something was up when these phones. Yeah. Yeah, maybe Swan snuck in the back. I mean, that's been known to happen before. So that didn't sound right, did it? No, that sounded awful. Towards the end of this, I started to taste like a kind of peanut buttery flavor on there. So, I have an idea. I'm going to do something I've never done on the show before. The voice is telling me to Google things? No, that's Swan's job. I am the voice telling Swan to Google things. It's quite the opposite. Swan like that. That's fine. Steven said, family, my grandma was Japanese, and I have relatives there. My uncle lives there, and I haven't seen them since I was 5. Oh my gosh. That's awesome, man. Is it a sexy voice or a scary voice? It was a voice. So, a normal voice? I don't know. Okay. God be with me. I am going to do something I've never, ever, ever done on this show before. I'm going to drink a scotch. Because Matt, from Whiskey Crusaders, sent me a bunch of scotches. Again, God be with me. And open it with my teeth. No. It's the Glenfiddich 14-year Bourbon Barrel Reserve. It's not Lefroy. The S word. I won't have a whole lot of it, but I figured when it's sample night, I'd do something a little bit off the wall. There's no Perry pour on this one. I'm trying to be deliberate when I actually pour into my glass. I'm not a Scotch guy. Everybody knows that. I'm not a Scotch guy. I do not like Scotch at all. But as Matt said, he's not mean. He sent me stuff that he thought that I would like. And I think maybe soon I will do a full live stream where I try the Scotch samples that he sent me. So, let's try it. The nose is really light. It's almost like an 80 proof bourbon, like a watered down bourbon, I would say. There's a little bit of fruitiness on there, some greenery as well, which sounds kind of odd, but I think that's what it is. It's like a Christmas greenery. But the fruit is kind of what's sticking out for me more than anything. There's not a whole lot of oakiness. Maybe a slight bit of peanut butter, but everybody's saying this is good, and then I'm going to like it, so I guess we'll find out. I had to drink it out of the Glencairn, too. I mean, how else am I going to drink scotch? All right. Cheers, Joe. I think it's safe to say that I like it. But I don't know if I love it. Because, and I know that was my first sip, but there's, okay, hold on. So there's kind of like a cedar flavor that I'm finding in it, which sounds odd, but it definitely is cedar-y. A very light cherry, maybe a little bit of strawberry as well. There's nothing really dark or tannic or heavy about it, but it's easy to drink, I would say. And it's good. I mean, really, I think that it is good. I can safely say that I like it. It's not a very dark color. I mean, even though it is, 14 years old, it just doesn't have a lot of color to it. And maybe that's something that's common in Scotch. I don't really know a whole lot about Scotch in terms of generalities, but, for me, it's just not for me. But again, this is not bad. It's really not bad. Stephen asked, should I bring you back some Japanese whiskey? Potentially. Potentially. If you can find the Nika straight from the barrel, that might be something to bring back for me. We'll talk about that later. That's another conversation. Matt said, well, of course, a Glencairn is good enough for me. Yes, indeed. Clifton said, I appreciate Scotch, but I don't think I'd ever choose it over bourbon. I don't think I would either. It's not on my list of if bourbon all of a sudden disappeared from the face of the earth, I would gravitate towards it, but I think that it has... I will try more scotches. I will try more scotches. That's it. So, moving on. The color is very common in Scotch. Fair enough. Fair enough. Scotches use bourbon barrels, so less oaky. Fair enough. What did they do before bourbon, though? What kind of barrels did they use? Was it always used barrels? Was it Irish whiskey? But even then, what was the Irish whiskey aged? Like, this is something that I don't know. I don't know the history of Scotch the way that I do bourbon. Because bourbon's very finite. It has a definition. And I don't know if Scotch is the same way. So I would be curious to learn more about the history of Scotch. Maybe not so much like to drink more Scotch, but I would definitely love to know more of the history of it. Sorry, missed a couple of things here. Scotch is light unless they dye it. Interesting. Brandon said, yeah, Scotch is obviously aged in Scotland. They don't have weather like they do in Kentucky. It's very neutral. So the Scotch doesn't get absorbed into the wood as much. Okay, fair enough. Eric, I would love a sample of that before I actually committed to a bottle of the Nika, if you don't mind. We'll chat about that a little bit later. Refilled casks and less swings in temperature. Yes, indeed. French oak, typically sherry barrels. Oh, fair enough. Okay, I gotcha. Brian said I found a few scotches that I'd put up against my favorite bourbons, and I've had some that I'd never drink again. Ardbeg Dark Cove is amazing. I'd love to try it. I'd love to try it. Clifton said I learned last night that Lefroy uses maker's barrels. Cool. Matt said bourbon is cheaper, so Scotch takes their leftovers after that. Fair enough. Watch Ralphie. No, I could watch Ralphie. I love his accent, of course. I know that's kind of like a dumb thing to latch onto, but yeah. Joseph said that he's heard that Nika coffee is good too. Fair enough. Dalmore uses dye. That is so interesting to me that there are companies who even still would rather emulate quality than actually produce quality, if that makes sense. Like, why? And maybe it's because I'm so attuned to bourbon, but why wouldn't you do more? Maybe it's money. Maybe it's time. And I understand both of those things. But it seems like dyeing or adding flavor or color or whatever is just kind of a cop-out. It's just me. Matt said, I will send you an email. We can discuss Scotch, and I have a plan for you. Oh, fantastic. Awesome. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate that. Steven said he's a big fan of Suntory products. Yamazaki and Hakushu are his faves. I'll have to get try some of those, I believe. After giving it time to open up, I don't like the nose as much, I will say. I think the nose is a little bit almost soapy. But I think the palate's kind of mellowed out a little bit. Some of the oak is definitely starting to come through more. But the finish is a little bit too herbal for me. And I don't think that it's not something that I would go back to consistently, but I would definitely drink it again, I think. Should I be in the mood for it? But I don't mind it. I really don't mind it. So, anyway. Yeah, and Joseph, I understand. Yeah, I get that. Darker color implies age, so they sometimes cheat. I get that, but I guess I'm all about integrity. I'm more interested in integrity than I am like just trying to make something look better. Why wouldn't you want something to just overall be better quality? That's my thing. It is quality for Scotch. They just want to make it darker. Fair enough. Everybody said, I love how bourbon has these restrictions. It keeps it sacred for me. Yeah, that's how I feel as well. So, Christian said I can send you some stuff with that Camp Nelson as well. Yes, please. Yes, please. I forgot about that Camp Nelson. I need it. I want it. Please. Swan said they use dye. We use tiny barrels and heat cycling. I think I'd almost prefer the dye personally. Really? Okay. I'm going to propose that we have a podcast on this because I don't know if I totally agree with that. And I would like to propose some points to that. That I need like a counterpoint to bounce off of. So we'll talk about that in the future. Sorry, catching up on comments as well. Christian said, unfortunately, the Scotch market hasn't caught on to the integrity aspect yet. That's unfortunate, but fair. Ralphie complains about it a lot. I mean, honestly, I could get on board with complaining about it. It's just they should be honest. They should have integrity about it. Darker Scotch is also more appealing to the American market. I get that. It's just it might not be appealing to if you. It's one of those things where if you know that there's a secret behind it that does not imply honesty and integrity, I could imagine that it wouldn't be beneficial to their brand. That's just me, though. Clifton said, that's why I feel like I gravitate towards peaty scotches because they're so different. I still don't like them, but it's different. That's an interesting point. Huh. Okay. Perry versus Swan. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday! Oh, that beautiful bean footage. That's fun. If you know, you know. Not a bad introduction to Scotch. I think that's the takeaway from this. It makes me interested to try more Scotches, but it doesn't necessarily get me all that excited about it, if that makes sense. Come on, let's clean out this glass a little thoroughly, so that I can actually pour some bourbon into it. So yeah, sometime soon we will do an actual or I will do an actual Scotch live stream. Maybe I'll bring Swan and Curtis on for it, because why the heck not? May as well do something off the wall and crazy and fun. This is my bourbon debate. Maybe sometime. I poured a lot of water for myself. I apologize. Doing the Chad method of cleaning out my glass. Just slap it on your pants repeatedly. All right, let's drink some bourbon. Let's drink some bourbon, please. That was bad. But I'd rather drink bourbon. I know that that's a shirt that I've already made. I'd rather be drinking bourbon, but it just rings true. How about something that I am a little bit more in tune with? And pretty excited for this one. This is a Wild Turkey Russell's Reserve 10-year from 2003, y'all. This is courtesy, of course, of Dave Jennings from Rare Word 101. Great guy. Love him to death. Dusty Turkey Funk. Accidentally almost FaceTime Lucy. Yeah, I mean it's got Dusty Turkey Funk to it, but shoot. Okay, I didn't mean to FaceTime you. I didn't mean to FaceTime you. Is that Sarah? Hi. Okay, that's fine, I'm live streaming. I didn't mean to call you. And I didn't mean to call you. Love you. Apparently she's hanging out with my sister. Had no idea. Anyway. Hydration is important, I agree. Can we have Dave Jennings back on for the 101st episode? Abso-freaking-lutely. Yes. That is definitely going to happen. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I want to do. Yeah, Clifton. So Gone is a real good way of putting that. River is a really cool dude. I got to hang out with him a few weeks ago when he was in Lexington. Man, he's such a great guy. I really enjoy him. But yeah, we'll have him on for the 101st episode. Maybe, somehow, I can get him to come to Kentucky. Maybe. I would absolutely love that. What's the proof on that? I think Bourbon Buddies. That it's 90 proof. I think. Because I don't know. I mean, the single barrel is 110. This is not a single barrel because it's the Russell's 10-year, which is like their small batch, I think. But I think that it's 90 proof. So, yeah. Plus, he has that sweet accent. It's a good accent. I do like it. His passion for turkey fuels my own passion for it. Same here, man. I mean, anytime that I listen to Dave talk about turkey, I get more and more excited about drinking turkey products. I mean, it's infectious. I think infectious is a really good way of putting it. So. Sample night has turned into not really sample night. It's turned into whatever the heck happens on this live stream night. Which is, I mean, basically what happens on the podcast too, I guess. But, you know. Yeah. Oh, Stephen, I am so excited for the book. Is the Russell's Reserve 10-year worth $17.99? Yeah. What do you mean? That's a 10-year bourbon for $17.99? That, what are you talking about? Stop it, man. Hurt my feelings. That shouldn't be a question. That should only be an answer. Anything can happen on Thursday. You are correct. Maybe we'll do an episode where it's like anything happens Thursday. I would really like to start doing more guests featured on live streams as well. And you know, I don't know exactly how that would work just yet, but you know, maybe once a month, or you know, whatever, having guests on live streams. So I've got ideas. It's in the works, but we'll figure it out. Yes, Kitchen Table is definitely better than Kentucky Chew. I still love Kentucky Chew. Don't get me wrong, but I think the Kitchen Table has it. It really does have it. And it was definitely the best of last year. I mean, Booker's 30th. That was great. But Kitchen Table was good. Eric Black missed most of this because he was taking care of kids. But that's okay. Family first, my friend. Whew. Okay, I'm going to have to drink some water. Been talking a lot. I've been drinking a lot of whiskey. I haven't had time to hydrate, which I need to. Some high quality H2O. Lion's Cat still has not had any Booker's 30th. I'm very sorry. I wish I had a bottle to offer up to you, a sample of. But Matt said, "You're welcome on our channel anytime." I would love to do that. Yeah. Steven said, "I still have my Off Your Rocker, still my fave." Off Your Rocker, I think, I mean, look, Center Cut is great. It's great. Off Your Rocker, I would get behind that 100%. I think that's the best Booker's release that I might have ever had, barring like their limited releases. But I think that Off Your Rocker is legit. It's legit. So, Brandon said he just re-listened to the episode with Bernie. Probably my favorite episode. You should do more episodes like that. I would love to. Bernie was a great guy. I really enjoyed having him on. Big personality, a lot of fun, a lot of information to gain from him. And yeah, I want to say something, and it's a little cryptic. There are some really cool things that are happening with the podcast over the next few months, and I can't get too much into them. But between now and August, end of August, is going to be some of the most fun and insightful and interesting episodes of the podcast that you will ever hear. I'm not going to give too much more away. I'm not. I'm not at. I'm not able to just yet. But gosh, there are a lot of comments rolling in. Brian said, "Bring guests to the hangout. We'll scan." We'll bring more on. Matt didn't think that Booker's 30th was worth the price. I think that's fair. Yeah, but Wilderness Trail, absolutely good stuff. I love me some Wilderness Trail. Just bought a bottle off a guy who didn't like it. $35. That's fantastic. Very nice. Any plans to have Chad and Sarah back on the podcast anytime soon? I always love to hear that convergence to some of my favorite bourbon folks. Anthony, first and foremost, thank you so much. Yes, I am working on getting them back on the show sometime soon. Their schedule and mine doesn't always line up. Sometimes it's easier for us to do things like collaborating on live streams. For example, I'm going to be hanging out with them on their live stream on Sunday. So, yes, tune into that. I will be there chatting with them for their stream. Colin Cox. Listening for the first time, enjoyed your recent episode about legal cases. Do more of those. Thank you, Colin Cox. Don't you have a podcast too? Yeah, I think you do. That I'm a big fan of, and that I've actually been on. You've been on my podcast as well, Colin Cox. Dadgummit. If you're a fan of Arrested Development, you should go and check out the Hop-On's podcast. They just finished up Arrested Development, and they're going to be moving on to something very cool. Very, very cool. I don't want to give too much away. I think that's for them to discuss. But thanks for being here, Colin. Yeah, I'm excited as well to be on It's Bourbon Night. Brian, it's a bourbon podcast, not a bourbon charity. You are correct. You are correct, my friend. Joseph can't make the live. Going to be in Seattle for an ice skating competition. All good. All good, man. This got better with every sip. Straight up. Nothing bad about it. There's some little dogs next door who are not happy about the fact that there are other barking dogs in the neighborhood. Let's see. How about this one? So this is a Four Roses pick from my good buddy Iverson from OBC. This is Four Roses OBSF. JY's Bourbon Bonanza. Not sure about that. 9 years, 2 months. 116.8 proof. That's going over there. Colin, you're very welcome. I do love Sip a While as well. It's a very good introduction to Bookers. I would agree with that. My favorite Bookers, no, but still fantastic. Still fantastic. Time for one more. Yeah, I think this is going to be my last one before I hop off here. Yeah. Clifton said, looking forward to it. I love both of your channels / podcasts so freaking much. Thank you, Clifton. You know I always appreciate that. Anytime I get to collaborate with It's Bourbon Night, it's just one of my favorite things. They are such nice, great people, and I just really enjoy them, and I am appreciative of them. So let's round out the night with this Four Roses OBSF store pick. Which again is pretty fruity on the nose. Not a whole lot of color to it. Maybe more of a like a golden wheat than an amber, but not a bad color by any means. Getting a little bit of ethanol in the nose, but not too much. Brian said this is the point of the podcast that I regret not sneaking samples onto my flight. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, it's good. That is good. I tend to like the B recipe more than I do the E. So I like OBS more than I do OES when it comes to Four Roses. But this is fabulous. Very, very good pick. I think the age is coming through on it a little bit. Of course, the cast strength aspect of it doesn't hurt it by any means. But it's so well rounded. There's an interesting banana bread flavor that I'm getting kind of towards the back end. But the front end is where I'm getting more of the darker flavors, the oak, the dark berries, so on and so forth. And as it goes towards the finish, then it becomes more so fruity, I would say. But I do think that the kind of predominant note on it is the oak paired with that banana bread flavor. I think that the high rye recipe is really helping it out as well. Man, that's good. That's a great pick. I wish that I hadn't just finished that sample. I wish I had a little bit more of it. But good stuff right there. Guys, I want to say thank you all so much for hanging out with me tonight. We're going to go ahead and begin to wrap up the show. Next week's episode is going to be a whole lot of fun. I just recorded it last night with the folks from the newest bourbon festival in Kentucky, Bourbon on the Banks, which you are going to definitely want to hear. And, of course, check out more about them in the future. Next week's live stream, I'm going to keep that a little bit under wraps. Might be something special planned for it. We'll talk about that soon. If you would like to follow up with me personally, I am at PureRater1492 on all social media channels. If you'd like to follow up with the show, it's at my Bourbon Pod on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can send questions or comments to thisismybourbonshop@gmail.com. Always love hearing from folks. Send more emails. I would love to hear more from listeners. It'd be great. Let's see what else. BourbonShop.threadless.com is where you can find all of our apparel and merch. New stuff coming up there. Not all the time, but every now and then. We've got a couple new designs going up there right now. Oh, let's see what else. Did I say 5-star rating review? I don't think I did. Give us a 5-star rating review on iTunes. It helps more people find the show and gets more people listening, of course, which is always a good thing. We always appreciate more listeners and want more listeners. So there's that. If you have not already, hit the subscribe button on YouTube, like the video, hit the bell notification, all that good stuff that we're supposed to ask people to do on YouTube when they come and watch what we create. So please do all those things. And then, last but not least, Patreon.com/MyBourbonPodcast. For as little as $1 a month, you can become a patron of the show. Really, really does help us out. Would appreciate it. No pressure, of course. But yeah, it does help us out a whole lot. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me tonight. So happy that I got to see you all. we will see you next week for another live stream. But until then, I'm Perry, and this is my Bourbon Podcast live stream. Bye, y'all. Love you guys.